Let's talk why high performing women don't struggle because they are not capable or because they don't have the talent or skills. They struggle because they have outgrown that version of themselves. After decades of achievement, the question is no longer, what am I going to do next? It is, what am I willing to give my effort and energy to? And that is what I'm on right now. We are trained to perform and not pause. Get into our high paying careers that have us moving and shaking and going and doing and being and all the things, right? And that just becomes who we are. I've been working for a long time, fulfilling a job, but not really doing it with a purpose, or not on purpose, I should say, and not with passion. And the reason that is because we are excellent at execution. We as women, we handle business. We are excellent at executing. You give us a task, you give us a job, it's getting done. Hence the reason why who run the world? Girls. But it's facts. We are excellent at executing. And with that being said, we are used to delivering. We are used to the metrics. We are used to identifying. We are used to, rigid routines and handling business and meeting the goal. We were never taught to pause without guilt, in my opinion. Oftentimes, at the job, they're like, oh, well, if you're taking off, like, who's going to cover down while you're taking off? Like, why I got to think about that? Y'all figure it out. I'm out. That is oftentimes how it goes. It's you always have to think about, okay, well, when I'm gone, what's gonna happen with this project? How is this gonna track, right? If I'm out, who did I pass down these different efforts to in order to make sure that this continues to track while I'm away? Let me get my counterpart to make sure that he covers these meetings to ensure that we are always the ones having to think and feel like, man, I need to do all this before stepping away to go on my vacation and things like that. Like, it's never, I'm just out and whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. Nah, because oftentimes we are, like I said, excellent at executing. We're not going to drop the ball. We're going to make sure it's just covered. We're going to make sure things is tracking. We're going to make sure that when we come back to pick up the ball, it should be rocking and rolling. And oftentimes we don't pause because we feel like that is failing in a sense. If we pause and step back and we don't check our emails while we're away and we don't, keep a pulse on what's happening while we're gone, like we are failing. Nah, that is not the case. It's not going to be the case in my second life. That is not going to be it. The business that I create for myself is going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good that pausing doesn't even feel like a pause. I will be able to be like, wow, this is so enjoyable. This is so fulfilling. I'm so passionate about this. I can wake up ready to take on whatever the task is I have for myself because I'm overwhelmed and I'm full and I'm intentional about how I'm choosing to create that second life and how it is going to serve me. Ladies, we need to get okay with stillness. We need to be okay with, as we plan our second life, factoring in stillness, because we don't always have to be busy. We don't always have to be on the go. We don't always have to be moving and shaking. We don't always have to be validated. We don't always have to be seen and in the limelight and the it girl for everything. You already the it girl for everything, but you don't need to in your second life continue to project that, or it's going to be projected on its own by your demeanor, by your presence, by your intentionality, by all of the things that you are no longer trying and forcing, right? It's going to just be. So that is kind of why I'm saying be okay with stillness, because honest to God, in your stillness, you're going to realize, man, things are going to be so different. Stuff is going to be shifting around you. Vibes is going to be vibing. People are going to be just basking in your aura. When you decide that I'm going to be still, I'm going to move with purpose, I'm going to be intentional, and my business is going to be centered around that, and that is how I'm going to show up, things just change. The energy around you shifts and your aura just, it's different. I know for some of us, when you have spent years being rewarded for your output, that quiet feels uncomfortable. I understand that, but it's okay. It is okay. You are going to be rewarded by it not even by, but in such a different way. When you are operating in purpose and moving in passion, and you are in alignment with your second life and how you have planned it, you gonna be good. You don't need everybody singing praises and got your name on the front page, and got you in. You are not going to need that in your second life. Boo, you're gonna be rocking and rolling. You're gonna be the ish, just period. Point two, women struggle oftentimes because their identity is tied to being capable. Once again, you are capable of doing anything and everything, but that does not define you for real. You just gotta know that I can be, I can do, and it is okay. Letting go of responsibility can feel like you are losing value. That is not what you are doing. You are letting go because you don't need to give off that energy no more. You don't need to put energy into that. You don't need to be working hard for that. Like, you've been there, done that. Your time is served. You are now planning the second life that is stress free. And you are going to be making the decisions and determining what you are going to give energy and effort to. You're going to be deciding, is this worth all of this extra time and energy and effort? If it is, so be it. But if it is not, I'm good on this. I'll leave that to somebody else to do, right? Or I will delegate that because you are the business owner and you can do that. I will outsource that. Boom. Like, it is good. A lot of times women say, well, if I'm not needed, then who am I? If I'm not needed in the same way as I was when I was working this career, who am I? You are that boss babe doing your thing and operating how you want to operate in your second life. Remember that. We are letting go of the struggle, not the struggle, the hustle mentality. We are letting go of the hustle and bustle and the fact that you just got to be busy all the time and you got to be the one. That is not the case. Second life, you're going to be the one who is in charge, the one who is moving on purpose, the one who is making the decisions about managing your peace, and the one who is being intentional about how you move, what you pour energy into, how things serve you. That is what the second life is going to be about. It's not about you ripping and running and doing all the things so that you're the face, you're the forefront, you got to be seen. It's you or it's going to fail. No, that's why we are planning from now until 2031. We are setting this thing up so that even if we decide to step away, things is going to be rocking and rolling. You don't have to be the face 24/7. The next point is, oftentimes we think our next chapter has to be bigger, it has to be better, it has to be this big grand whatever. It is okay to pivot, man, and when you pivot into something, it don't got to be this grand whatever it is. It could be just grand in what you feel about it, right? It could be grand in the fact that, man, I stepped away from this career and I had a plan. I made it happen. I did this, and this, and it is all that in a bag of chips. Like, that's the fact that you are planning to step away. That's grand in itself. You don't have to work harder, bigger, more, better. You don't have to do that in your second life. People think, now I will agree, you got to have something, because a lot of times when people don't have anything in their second lives and they retire, you see people getting old and decrepit and just kind of withering away because they didn't have a plan, because they did not think about what they were going to do in their second life with their time, with their energy, with their effort. They just say, oh, I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna just travel and I'm gonna do, read a book and whatever is fun to me, I'm gonna get out here and garden. All that stuff gets old real quick. And so when it gets old and you don't have a plan, you're trying to figure things out. And while you're in the figuring it out stage, you're withering. So we are not doing that. We are planning because it don't have to be this grand, elaborate, I need to work harder, it got to be bigger, it got to be making me $1 million type of thing. It's going to be grand because it's going to serve us. And it's going to serve whoever you intend for it to serve. And it is going to be intentional, and it is going to be on purpose, and it is going to be stress-free. There is so much pressure to make the pivot count, and we're not necessarily focused on making it count. It's going to count. We are just focused on being intentional about what we are doing in preparation for the second life. That's what counts. What we do now, between now and 2031, that's the stuff that counts. The pivot, it is what it is. People pivot all day long, right? I can change tomorrow, change my mind. I can move here, I can do that. People pivot all day long. It is the things that we do in between now and then that counts. High performing, high ambitious women, we don't need more of all the things. We need alignment. That is the key. Just because you can do something don't mean that you should. Keep that in mind at the forefront of your brain. Once again, it is about choosing what deserves, not even what deserves, but what needs your attention. What are you choosing to pour your energy and your attention and your effort into? That is the important factor here. We have now, between now and 2031, when we walk out the door, to make this thing right. And that is ample enough time. And in this planning, it's not a rush. We taking our time. We being strategic. We being intentional. We are moving on purpose so that this is the calmest transition, and we are walking into this next phase of our lives prepared and on point. The absence of examples creates fear sometimes, unnecessary fear. And that is the reason why I wanted to document this journey, or like you create this as a series, because we see people leap, but we do not see them plan. And this is what this series is all about. You are going to see the whole entire journey, the whole entire 5-year plan. We're going to do this together, and you are going to see what it entails and what it looks like and how we about to make it happen. So once again, I already told you why this series exists. If you saw the last episode, you saw the why, you saw how I came to the conclusion, you saw how 2031 time frame, me retiring, has been a thing for a while. And I wanted to document this journey because it's not just for me. And this is going to be for anybody that is wanting to journey along and document and plan accordingly and prepare and be intentional. It is for us, because 2031, I'm telling you, we out of here, like out of here. And if we do this right, this is going to be the roadmap or the blueprint for anybody else that wants to do this after us. So it ain't no rush. We're not dramatizing it. We are going along this journey. We got 5 years to plan this thing out and to do it right, and to make sure that it's done right. We got ample time. The goal is to show you what a thoughtful, a calm, a planned out transition looks like. And if you do the same thing, if you follow along, that's what it's going to be for you. I am not starting over. I am redefining. I am preparing and planning for my second life to be thebomb.com. So I say all of this to say, many women don't need motivation. They just need planning. They need structure and permission. And sis, I am giving you permission to plan your second life the way you want it to be, like legitly, because that's what I'm doing. I am planning. I'm giving myself permission to plan and to lay out what I want and what I don't want, what will serve, what won't serve, what I'm going to pour my energy into, what I won't, what my business is going to look like. I am giving you permission to do the same exact thing for you. And that is why I created the Second Life Planner. This planning guide is legit so good. And I'm like super, super excited about the fact that it is going to help in so many ways prepare you for your second life. And if you walk through and step through this planning guide, I am so serious, you're going to be ready. You are going to be ready. So I'll say your next chapter does not need to prove anything. Your next chapter, your second life is all about you, sis. So the link to the Second Life Planner is in the description. Go ahead and snag it if you are ready to plan with intention, okay? If you're ready to jump on this journey and you are ready to plan your second life, go ahead and get it now. Drop me some comments about how you love the series so far. Are you joining us in the planning, and where you are in your chapter? If this resonated with you, do not forget to subscribe, to like, to tag someone so that they can join the journey with us. This is what the Second Life Planning and series is all about, and I'm so excited for us. And until next time, bye.